Yeah, we feel good. Feel good. Obviously, we thought it might come down to needing to get something out the last game in the group. So that's the stage we're at. We've been in this position before at the last tournament. So hopefully we can show that we've learned a few lessons.
Steve, Luke Shanley from Sky Sports. What have you learned then, and how have you changed the approach in terms of between game 2 and 3 from the last Euros to this Euros?
A lot of recovery, a lot of rest. Hopefully some good information for the players. A really good training session this morning. Good information for them. And then when they cross the white line, they have to put that information into practice on the pitch, and hopefully you see the results at the end.
Gabriel Antoniazzi, Radio Clyde. Steve, have you felt the sense of occasion over these last 3-4 days building up to this match? The chance to be history makers, the biggest game of many people's careers, and if you don't, just how do you deal with it all?
In my own way. Listen, the whole tournament's a sense of occasion. To come out here and to be involved in, and for Scotland, their first major overseas tournament since 1998. 1998, I was still playing. That's a long time ago. So it's nice for them to be here, and I think you can see with the supporters that we've got out here how much they're enjoying being here. I'm sure the people back in Scotland, the other 5 million that didn't manage to travel, I'm sure that they also are engrossed in the tournament and wishing as well. So that's what it means to everybody. So it's not just about this game, it's about all the games. Obviously, we get into the point of the tournament where we know we have to win the game to progress to the next round, and that's what we aim to do.
Connie, then Raman, if that's okay.
Connie McLaughlin, ITV. Steve, could you just talk to us a little bit about the threat that you think Hungary pose for Sunday, please?
I think when you look at the record over the last few years, they've been building towards this. The good team, well organised, good coach, good discipline without the ball, and a good threat with the ball. Obviously some talented players. I'm not going to name them all. Hopefully we can stifle them and keep them in place. But we expect a difficult game, and I'm sure that the Hungarians are also expecting a difficult game from us. But I think two similar teams, two similar lineups, two similar systems, and hopefully our system is slightly better than their system.
Porkárai, Nemzeti Sport Online.
How much of an advantage is it that Andrew Robertson is a teammate of Szoboszlai Dominik? Did you speak to him about Szoboszlai's game? Are you preparing separately about Szoboszlai or about those players who are playing in the UK? I'm talking about Clarke Milos and Callum Styles.
Now, obviously, we know very well the 3 players you mentioned, Styles, Clarke and Szoboszlai. We know them from their time in England when they play in the games. So we have some information on them that's maybe a little bit more than some of the other players that we have. But we have a good analysis team, a good set up behind the scenes. So we know a lot about Hungary. We understand the talents that they have. And obviously Szoboszlai gets a lot of the credit, but they've got a few other really top players as well that we have to be careful with.
Okay, thank you, Raman. Then we'll go Keith and Robert.
Hi, Steve. Steve, I wonder how much tomorrow is going to come down to the mental side of the game in terms of how much the players handle the enormity of the occasion, given the reward, should your team win?
Yeah, I think the mental side of the game is massive. We felt that in the first game, and we felt that it was probably more the mental side of the game that let us down in the first game, and the fact that we didn't get round to doing what we were good at. In the second game, we did what we're good at. We got a positive result, and hopefully we go to the match tomorrow and we do what we're good at. And if we do what we're good at, we've got a chance.
Okay, Keith.
Keith Jackson, Daily Record. Steve, is this one of these rare matches that no motivational managerial speech will be required?
I'll try. I'll try and give them something. Everybody knows how big a game it is. You can talk and talk and talk about it. We probably did a little bit of that too much about the first game, so we're trying to underplay this one if you can ever underplay a game of this magnitude. But we're trying to underplay it a little bit and make sure that we're well prepared and ready to go come kick-off.
Okay, Steve.
Steve McGowan, Daily Mail. Steve, does it matter to you at all, personally, that you can be the first Scotland manager to take the team to the last 16?
Nope. Not at all. If we can do it as a group, my staff, my players, then I'll be delighted for them.
Okay, last two on the floor, then we can see if there's any online. Yeah.
Carrie Brown, beIN Sport. Steve, 2 games kicking off at the same time. Of course, you just want to get the 3 points, but what do you say to your players not to be? Do you relay any results, or do you just tell them not to be distracted by the crowd noise, by any suggestion that's coming through the scoreline in that game?
No, nothing except 3 points for us is what we're thinking. I don't think there's any other scenario in that group. We need to get 3 points to finish third in the group, and then we'll see where that takes us in the competition.
Steve, Robert Grieve from the Scottish Sun. John McGinn was in a minute or two ago and he was talking about the mentality shift from the players from the last Euros. Do you sense that the players have kind of come on a ton since that last time?
Well, they've got a hell of a lot more experience, and that's one of the things that we set out to do. And we said if we can become not serial qualified, but if we can qualify more regularly for these tournaments, you understand what you're doing. I think we've done a lot of things right this time that maybe we didn't get quite right the last time, and hopefully when you get to the last game, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, if you like. So that's what we're after.